My name is Professor Baldy, and I run a school for juvenile delinquents. But not just any delinquents. Mine are specially gifted. You might even call them mutants. Trust a few reformed ex-cons. Tangerine.
Am I the apple of your eye, Bubba?
Jeannie Gray. Beastie Boy.
Everybody dance now.
Snow Cone.
Is it hot in here, or is it just me?
And their friends from X-FARCE. Cable TV.
Eat remote control, frog face.
Garfarel. Meow. Dominoes.
This book has just the right amount of cheese.
And introducing the Newt Mutants. Beware the rest. Magneto. Mistress Piggy. And not at all breaking the fourth wall. Cesspool. Now, Parody Press Comics is back with X-FARCE Reloaded #1. Don't miss this extraordinary comics extravaganza with 7 full color stories of marvelous mutant mayhem. Back this book today for awesome variant covers and original artwork tiers. 48 pages of action and hilarious hijinks by some of comics' funniest talents. Parody Press, making the world laugh again. Only on Indiegogo.
Terraform Comics, Hybrids, The Sons of Gods, Volume 1, Trash Day. When everyday people develop godlike abilities, it is up to a small band of heroes to expose an evil superhuman trafficking ring. This 128-page volume merges history with fiction in an exciting, fast-paced adventure. Get your copy now.
The Trunk Monkey Theft Retrieval System. Because sometimes getting your car back is simply not enough. Another revolutionary idea you'll only find at Suburban Auto Group, pending approval by Department of Agriculture.
Across the Plug the main out into the AC. I've got the steam pre to heat it up. If there's a dropout inside the timepiece, in the jam scene, we'll lock it up. I've been building it, planning it, dreaming it, planning it, jamming it. And if I pull a switch and nothing hits, I'll do it all again. Right now, I give everything I've got. Journey with you, no doubt. I believe in everything you are. Journey with you, take in the undergrid, we're getting shaky. The excitement is in the air.
Hey everyone, good morning. How are you? This is Don Chin. I'm here on a kind of an overcast California day. It's about 9 o'clock in California. I hope everyone's doing good. This is my first cup of coffee. I hope everybody is nice and hydrated. And is it hydrated? No, hydrated. I don't know what the first thing is that I said. I got up and had some breakfast, and we have a full show today. Everything's going to be cool. We've got a jam-packed show. Our guests will be Luke Stone, JOHN HERVEY, and Preston Asevedo. And we're going to give them each around 20 minutes to kind of show us what they're up to. Luke's got a really exciting campaign as well as John and Preston. So I'm going to just go ahead and dive into the show. I did want to say hi to the chat. We have Aria here. Hi, Aria. And Nicholas. Hi, Nicholas. Good to see you guys. All right. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and bring on Luke.
Hey, Don. How's it going?
Good morning, bro. How are you?
I'm doing really good. It's we're on the East Coast here, so it's a little bit later in the day.
Yeah.
Where you're at. So I'm working on, I think, cup 3 or 4 for my coffee now.
Oh, really? Oh, you got a hybrids mug.
I do, yeah.
Show it to the crowd. I'll show you my X-FARCE. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Can you still buy this?
You can. I've got these for sale on my website.
Yeah.
I do a lot of merch on my website, so that's
very cool.
Yeah.
Maybe I should trade you an X-FARCE for a hybrids.
Totally, man. That's awesome.
But you gotta rinse out the coffee first. I don't want to use that. I want a new one. So,
Yeah.
So Luke, what is up with you? What powers Luke Stone in the morning? Are you a cereal guy, bacon and eggs, or?
I honestly, to be truthful, I don't normally eat a breakfast. I'll get up and I'll drink coffee in the morning, and then I'll have a late lunch, and then kind of an early dinner. I'm a snacker. I'm a grazer. So
I see. What do you like to? What's like your favorite food?
Bacon.
Bacon.
Yeah, bacon.
I'm with you there, man. I love bacon. So Luke, you've been around for a while, and I saw Bill Ropp sent me some of his Tribulation Task Force, and I was thumbing through that, and I saw there's hybrids as one of the titles from Starcross from a while ago. But
yeah,
were you originally with them?
Well, originally I had self-published, and I created an imprint called Tenacious Comics because someone had kind of given me the no-go on a couple of books, and they were like, well, we can tell that your tenacity, you'll do it. And I'm like, heck yeah. So Tenacious Comics was born. Published them anyway. Learned a lot, but then that company, we just things got busy with real life, and we couldn't do that anymore. And Joe Spicer got a hold of me, and he really picked up. So he re-released issue 1, and then issues 1 through 5 all came out through Starcross. So so I was there for a while before I moved on. So.
Okay, so now you're on to hybrids, and you had a book that was how many hybrids are there now? How many have you done?
Well, we're doing legacy numbers because I want to be able to keep track of it that way. So we're on issue 7. Technically,
okay.
We're on part 2 of the Killing Field. So the first volume, first 5 issues were Trash Day.
Okay.
So the first volume in kind of a 3-arc story that I'm wanting to tell. And so the next one now, we're crowdfunding issue 7, and I'm drawing issue 8 as I was just doing it right before I came on. So, and I'll do more of 8 when later today. So we're probably about 3 or 4 pages into issue 8 now. So,
okay. So you do you do it all? Are you a writer?
I'm the writer and
inker?
artist. Yeah, yeah. I have somebody else do the colors, but I do. Yeah, I do the writing, and I work with an editor, obviously, because I need to be readable at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So I do to keep the speed up, because I draw a whole issue, pencils and inks, in about, I would say probably about 4.5 to 5 weeks is how long it takes me. In order to do that, I actually hire out a layout guy who does like my thumbnails for me.
Okay.
So he's doing the thumbnails for issue 9 while I'm drawing issue 8 right now. So
okay, that's smart.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
you seem like you're pretty prolific for a kind of for an independent guy.
Yeah.
You have like how many 6 campaigns under your belt on Indiegogo?
Yeah, we've done 6 Indiegogo campaigns, but I've done probably I think we're about maybe 10 over on I've been a part of 10 or more over on Kickstarter. So I've recently moved to Indiegogo as kind of my main platform because I like the flexible goal and just going straight to in-demand.
You're a crowdfunding veteran.
Yeah. We started crowdfunding books. I say we, I mean me and my multiple personalities. We started crowdfunding books back in 2015 and trying to learn that whole process, and it's changed so much. But yeah, we've picked up a few tricks and talked with people that know a few things along the way that have really helped out. So,
well, you're definitely getting out there. I see you making appearances on a lot of shows, just like John and Preston. You have your own YouTube channel, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we do a show on Tuesday nights called Take a Break with Luke and Dutton, and we weren't thinking that we're going to spotlight any creators to start out with, but we did. Like, we had people get, hey, can we come on your show? And I'm like, you want to come on this show? Sure, right. Okay. So we started bringing people on, and we talk about their project for a little bit at the beginning, and then we just we either talk about things we like, or we we're older guys, so we just grumble about things we don't sometimes. And
yeah, I hear you. So you are I think on your Twitter you say you're a pastor as well.
I am. Yeah, that's actually what I do full time. I've been a pastor. Went into ministry pretty early on in my life. Right out of high school, I started working in volunteer ministry, but I became a vocational pastor. Went to vocational ministry, I think 2011, 2012, I think, in that area. And then I became a lead pastor about 6 years ago, which I never thought I would do because I'm such a geek,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you do pastoring full time, and then
you
obviously spend a lot of time doing the comics. And you have a family as well?
I do. I have a beautiful wife who puts up with me every day. And then I have a daughter. She just turned 18 and graduated. And just got her first job. She went on her first job interview, and they hired her on the spot, and they're giving her like $13 an hour. And I'm
that's
like,
not too bad.
No, that's not bad at all for your first job. I'm like, wow, but I knew she would do good because she's got a great personality, so she's got her dad's personality and her mother's looks. So I knew she would do well. Yeah.
Man. Yeah. I have a daughter too. She's, she just turned, believe it or not, she just turned 36. So,
oh wow, okay.
I'm a grandpa. I have 2 grandsons that are one just turned 16. The other one's
preserved
13.
well, man. You don't look like you could be a grandfather.
Thank you. Yeah. It's I think it's that Asian gene. I didn't think you looked like you could have an 18-year-old. So.
Well, I've got an 18-year-old and an 11-year-old. So
okay,
yeah, we've got 7 years between 2 of them. So the boy is he's still got some. I'm really kind of afraid that once the girl moves out, that the boy's not going to last. She tends to be his protector from. We homeschool them, so.
Gotcha.
Yeah, the boy is he's a lot more like me with the ADHD and yeah, he's kind of all over the place. And my poor wife, who is
homeschooling is hard.
It is. Yeah,
we did that. My wife was mainly the teacher for my daughter growing up when she was like more like elementary school age. But we did it for a few years, and then she graduated high school. That we homeschooled her through high school, and then she said, "I'd really like to go to high school just to experience it for 1 year." So even though she had graduated, we let her go, experience like a senior year at a high school, which I think she enjoyed. But does your son like comics?
He does, but he's mostly into games. I'm getting him into comics. I kind of force him into the comic book shop, and I'm like, hey, this book is appropriate for you. He likes my comic.
That's good.
And I don't know if he just says that because he knows that dad pays the bills or what. But,
Well, I played a trailer before the show started that I found on YouTube, but I don't think it's the same trailer as what you have on your campaign. So should we go ahead and watch it?
Yeah, go ahead. It's a nice quick pace thing there.
Okay, here we go.
In a world where the powers of the ancient Greek gods live on through their ancestors, it is up to an intrepid team of heroes to foil the wicked plots of the Hybrid Engineering Corporation. Armed with new information concerning an ancient weapon, fabled to have the power to kill a demon, rather the team split up to gather the shards and put an end to Azazel before it is too late. Little do they know, the Game Master is still pulling the strings. New characters, new threats, and tons of plot-driven action await you in The Killing Field Part 2.
That's pretty sweet, man.
Thanks.
I like your artwork. Who were you influenced by?
Well, there's a few people over the years that I was influenced by. Mike Zeck was probably the first one that really got me. Then Kirby and Perez really kind of came in later in life, and then Magnola came in probably in the last few years to really influence my art. So
cool, man. I recognize all those names. Zach was a huge fan favorite of mine. I liked his Master Kung Fu a lot. And Magnola, I followed him since he was just doing like fanzine work. He actually used to go to conventions before he made it big with Hellboy, and he's a California guy, so he grew up doing conventions here in the 80s, and I used to run into him at artist alleys at cons with like Arthur Adams, and no one knew who these guys were at the time, but they had their artwork for sale, and it was like $20 for a nice, pinup inked and stuff. So I picked up a few pieces by those guys, and unfortunately I have since sold them, but I wish I would have held on to the Magnola stuff.
I truly didn't appreciate his stuff as much in the 90s when I was starting to get into comics as I do now. I think I was mesmerized by the shoulder pads and the over rendered, everything is shiny kind of inking, and the feet being hid behind rocks and all that kind of stuff. I was just so influenced by all of that that I didn't really recognize and appreciate what Mike was doing with his sequential work. So until recently.
I don't have your book yet, but I did back this campaign, and you do have a really great dynamic action flow to your work. I mean, it seems like it has a lot of fun, and did you like Joe Madureira at all, the guy from X-Men?
Yes, yeah. And I grew up, like, what got me into comics was the kind of the Chris Claremont era of comics of X-Men.
Exactly.
So there's obviously some bit of influence into that, because I read every issue, hung on every word and every panel. So cool. It was, that was my it was kind of my drug of choice growing up. Other kids might have gotten into some harder stuff, but I was always broke because I was spending all of my time at the comic book shop. Yeah,
gotcha. Hey, is this a new image that you put on your campaign? I don't remember seeing.
I did. We just finished up the prototype of the action figure. So we've got 20 action figures that we're doing. They're hand painted. So it took a minute to get them in there, but we have
sweet.
Yeah, I was pretty excited about it. It kind of fell in my lap, the ability to be able to do it, and so I partnered with O Toys, Damian Walburn over there, and they turned out really good. I mean, obviously Trash Man is this character is a bit more, he's a little beefier in the comics, but there's only so much you can do with a 4-inch action figure, without kind of going overboard. We didn't need a 2-pound piece of plastic in the box. So
right. So how much is this this incentive?
Well, this is included in the completist perk. So I had put up the completist perk kind of from the very beginning. And that's the one that includes all of the books, the sketch covers, everything that that I've got outside of any kind of garment orders that I have to do. And so I decided to go ahead and include it in that. So you can get it in there. There was a total of 10. I think we're down to like 7 of those available. And then there's also, you can also get this as an add-on.
Okay.
So
how much is the complete? Oh, there we go. 150.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And that's we're doing free domestic shipping. So anybody in the US, we're not charging any shipping. All of that's worked into our cost per tier. And any international backers, we're actually discounting their shipping for them. So
that's great, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, it looks like you get a lot of bang for your buck on the completist. I can't remember what I backed, but I think I wanted one of your hand painted action figures.
Yeah.
Is that what I'm getting, the Trash Man? Because I think when you were on Bancroft show, it just looked like it was kind of a prototype.
Yeah, it was the first resin print that I had showed. So it was just the unpainted printed action figure, and then he sent me the packaging and everything. And so I actually kind of got I've got it right here in front.
Oh, nice.
So
hang on, let me make you big here.
So he sent it with the packaging and and everything. And so on the back, we're going to sign and number these things so that know that they're fairly exclusive collectibles. And then it's got a neat clamshell so that you can keep it packaged, or you can take it out and play with it without destroying any kind of packaging and stuff. So you can see he's he's a cool little guy.
Yeah. What's the next one that you want to do after Trash Man?
We're either going to do Chlorine or Mount Fuji. So in fact, what we're doing is, if we're a ways off, but if we can turn up the heat on the campaign and get up to about 6,500, sorry. If we can get to 6,500, then anybody who gets the action figure, I'm going to offer them a second action figure at no cost in with their package, and they get to, but they'll have to make those 20 people will have to take a survey, and we can only do one of the characters, but they either get Chlorine, which is Trash Man's fiance. We find out here we found out in issue 6, or they can get his arch nemesis Mount Fuji, and so you can either have the couple, or you can have you can make them fight or whatever. So we're gonna do that if we can get up to 6,500 before the end of the campaign, which is I think 6 or 7 days left.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Exciting. So would you say is it easy to jump into hybrids if you started with like this latest campaign, or do you really recommend people kind of getting the backstory? Or
well, I think you're going to want the backstory, but I write every book like it's someone's first issue, like someone's going to pick it up and for the first time get in there, because that's what happened with me. I didn't start at the beginning of an arc. I kind of came in the middle, and I was able to learn what I needed to from previous issues, but I still wanted to go back eventually and get those so I could read it myself. And I kind of write it that way. So you can get part 1 and 2 of The Killing Field for $20 shipped to your house. And it's, so you can get in, kind of jump into the mix. I think the best way to describe what the book is for people, it's if you like Ancient Aliens, like that show, if you ever watch that and think, I either think that could happen or maybe I want it to be true. So it's kind of Ancient Aliens, and then that 90s Chris Claremont style X-Men just kind of moved together. I hate to, it's hard for me to talk about some of those, kind of some of the feedback that I've gotten, but like I was on a stream the other day, someone said, it's the X-Men I wanted to read. And I'm like, thank you. That's kind of where my heart is, I'm just trying to make a really solid team book.
It looks great. I mean, you've got a game too, which is cool. Maybe explain a little bit about what the RPG
Yeah,
Theme is?
so 14-year-old Luke spending his time at the comic book shop reading all of these books, the Avengers, X-Men, Justice League, and sitting around all of these role-playing games like Dungeons and Dragons and Star Wars and things like that. My life revolved around that. And one of the things I really wanted to do was have a multi-issue series that also had a role-playing game that you could kind of go beyond what I read on the pages, but kind of live inside of that world. And so that's what we did. And so over the pandemic, I partnered with a guy named Nicholas Tockert, who's a fantastic game developer. And he created an engine that's kind of the main engine. And then we figured out this plugin for the hybrid DNA thing so we can create these superheroes. And we are going to be releasing the full manual later this year. And our plan is to have it launched and being able to ship it and get to houses before Christmas, so people can use that as a gift. We're going to do a real nice hardcover.
Okay.
And,
So
yeah.
do you get pieces, or are you working on like little...
Well, with that one, we're going to work on pieces and things with it too. So we're going to make a big kind of campaign out of that and have special tiers where you can get just the book, you can get all those other things. But with this is like the tutorial part of a video game. So if you ever played a game like Witcher 3, there's that beginning part where you get to learn all the mechanics of the game and you play it through, but there's story with it so that it's not boring. It's not like you're just learning the controls. You're learning also kind of what happens in the story. And by the time you're done with it, you can't wait to jump into the game. That's what Nick's done here. He's created this game module that just absolutely rocks. And so
I hear games are kind of where it's at. Like there's a lot of money in games, and I don't actually play that many board games, but I do like video games. But I've kind of heard like in crowdfunding, it seems like games can make more money than comics. And do you find that to be true, or do you not really know yet because you haven't done it?
We have no idea yet. We have no frame of reference for that. Maybe it's true. We hope that it does. So if the comic and the game are successful together, they can make a lot of money. But really, we just want to get the game in people's hands, and we want to get the comic in people's hands because we love the universe. We kind of we're into that, and so
that's awesome, bro. Well, I've got other guests here, but we've spent about 20 minutes on your campaign. I've been putting links here how people can reach you and support your campaign. So in the YouTube description, folks, for all our guests today, I have their social media, how you can back their campaign. So please go visit Indiegogo for all these gentlemen's campaigns, but especially right now, we want to just emphasize Luke's Hybrids book. And so Luke, when is this due to ship? Just real quick.
The book is finished. Everything is done. We're sending it off to the printer this week. Yep. And so we will be shipping this. This campaign was short. It was 28 days. We'll leave it in demand, a couple of items in demand until we start shipping, which will probably be, so we've got a week left. And it's probably 3 weeks from now is when we'll start shipping. So
wow, that's great, man. Quick turnaround.
Well, we try.
Are you doing any closeout streams?
I'm trying to schedule all my closeout streams now. So definitely. Definitely looking for people that want to do that. So,
all right.
We've got you want to have that nice last minute push and and get that over the edge. Cause it's,
excellent. Hey, Luke, you've been great, man. I'll try to have you on again. Next time you have another project, I'd like to spend more time talking to you also about your faith as well. Cause I definitely am, find that fascinating to have a comic book creator that's also a pastor, and I really commend you. That's not an easy job.
It's not, but it's I find the two worlds blend really well together. But it's a matter of how you use it.
Yeah. Well, hey, bro, thank you so much. Let me take this share screen off and bid you adieu. Is there anything else you'd like to say in closing to anybody?
Yeah, please go by and check it out. You can go to lukestonestudios.com and find all of my links there. There's a link to the Indiegogo. Sign up for the mailing list. After this one's over, we'll be launching the next issue in about a month and a half. So we're going to keep that process up. We do have a remastered issue 1 that is available as a fan edition with this campaign, but we're also going to be releasing into the direct market in August with Arrow Comics. So we're really excited about that opportunity, and we'll be announcing that soon. And you'll get those that information through the mailing list first. So
awesome.
That and
Thanks, Luke. Thanks for being on our show. I had a great time with you.
Yeah, had a good time. Thanks, man.
Okay, take care, buddy.
Yeah.
Bye-bye. All right. Thank you, Luke. That was fun. All right. So in our green room, we have our longtime friend. I think John might be like, he's been on my show more than anybody else. So let's bring him on in. Hey, John, are you muted?
Not anymore.
No. How are you doing, brother?
Oh, I'm doing well, brother. How about yourself, man?
Good. I always love to see your smiling face. You always have a grin on your face. You seem like you're enjoying life.
You have to, man. I mean, life will serve you up lemons, but you got to make lemonade.
That's right.
Luke Stone is a really good dude. I haven't had a chance to get into kind of all the conversations that I want to, but I had some fun with him. He's like, "Hey, do you have some Genesis 6 references?" I'm like, "Yeah," and some, I also use some non-canonical books for MAGNA as well, which is the Book of Enoch. But yeah, man.
I haven't read this yet, but I did do an unboxing, I think like last week or so.
I saw that.
Beautiful looking book. I mean,
thank you.
Let me just
I look forward to hearing your feedback after you've had a chance to read it.
Yeah, I mean, I thumbed through it, and I mean the artwork and whole production value. You are a pro, my friend, for sure.
Man, we're all making our way.
Well, you're doing a few books.
This is a new day and age.
Yeah, you're doing a few books every year. That's not easy.
And I'll tell you, my desire is if I could do a book every 4 months. That's kind of the trajectory I'm on right now, but it kind of depends. We'll see how the books do. That's got a lot to do with it. I mean, it's like,
right.
I'm trying to stay ahead of the curve in terms of production. So the books are produced for the most part before the campaign. So by the time the campaign ends, we can just go right into printing, get the books and whatever other things into people's hands, and then roll to the next campaign. So like the MAGNA campaign is closed. It's completely closed. Now we're just
I
focused
saw
on
that.
Black.
You sent out I'm on your mailing list. I got an email, I think either this morning or last night, that MAGNA's closed, but now you're pushing the new Black Tiger, which I'm going to share on the screen here. So this is the right one, correct?
That's the correct one. That is it.
Okay, buddy. Hey, I went ahead and downloaded the trailer to your live action Black Tiger. Could we watch that real quick?
Yeah,
and maybe.
Of course, man.
All right. So guys, if you haven't seen this, John, how many years ago did you come up with this? You did a pilot.
So this is a short film that we actually completed and distributed in 2014, and it actually debuted at WonderCon in Anaheim.
I saw that you won an award.
Yeah, it won the Spirit of Comic-Con award, so that was a lot of fun. So just kind of during that season, it ran at a number of different Comic-Cons, and it was a great learning process for me. I've always written, so I've always been a writer, and I've written for different media, but this is the first time I was kind of engaged in the actual production of a film. It was spearheaded by a friend of mine who I went to school with and who went to school for film. So, and he just did a phenomenal job.
Definitely. I mean, it's very, very high quality. Didn't look like it was cheap at all. So, John, you're doing comics part-time, right? I mean, this is not your full-time.
No. I have a regular day job.
Okay.
So.
And I saw your wife in a promotion. That was so cool.
Yeah.
You guys, she seems like she's not shy, and she's totally involved in your business.
She's absolutely involved. She doesn't she's involved in everything. I mean, she edits everything. She's basically kind of the back end, making sure that books get out and content. People are like, oh, you're doing a great job. I'm like, yeah, that's my wife. She's more, I think, she's more reluctant to come on shows just because she feels like she knows what just a ridiculous nerd I am. And she's just like, I don't have that level of knowledge or even passion that you have, John. You know, so I'm like, I respect that.
Is she a martial? I know you're into martial arts. Is she also?
Yeah. So it was kind of fun actually as a family. I mean, we have 3 kids. As a family, we've practiced some styles of kung fu together. So kind of would like to get back into that as things open up again too. So
nice.
yeah.
Was she your muse for Black Tiger?
Definitely.
Oh yeah.
She was my fiance when I first published, and my girlfriend when I first came up with the idea.
Okay. So you guys have known each other for a long time.
Oh man, we've known each other. It'll be 20 years in December, because actually it'll be 20 years on Labor Day, because I met her at a party, a barbecue on Labor Day in 2001. And then she kind of dissed me. She wouldn't give me any of her contact information. and then we actually got to take her out on a date on December 26th, 2001.
So
you
just kept on. You were just unrelentless. You were just.
Oh, you know what? I was a geek with nothing to lose, and it's funny because like I thank God for it. Like everything has like all the milestones like have dates that I can hold on to. So I was like, okay, Labor Day is when we met. The day after Christmas is when we had our first date, and then like she had kind of decided, you know, she had been out of a relationship. She's like, you know, I got out of that relationship too fast. So like the Friday before the Super Bowl in 2002, she broke up with me, but then she went with her sister to a wedding that Sunday. So she called me while I was like sulking at a Super Bowl party, and I got back together. That was actually Tom Brady's first Super Bowl. Tom Brady's first win. We're talking 2002. And then, you know, she's been stuck with me ever since.
What's her name?
Priscilla.
Priscilla. That's sweet. Yeah. And you have 3 kids. Are they, how many boys and how many girls?
2 boys, 1 girl. So I have a 14-year-old and a 12-year-old. Those are the boys. And my daughter is 8.
I see. And I asked Luke this, but are they comic book fans? Either of them?
Not like their dad. You know, I mean, I try. It's hard
to pass it on to the kids. Like my daughter wasn't really into comics, but she likes video games and you know, but she really never got into comics, which is unfortunate, but that's okay.
I'm hoping, I'm saying there's got to be some hope there, but my kids are, like you said, video games, and they like anime.
Oh, okay. So, do you watch any anime or?
Not nearly as much as they do. I mean, traditionally, I've always been just kind of like a Western comics guy, you know, and I had never really been, but it's like, there's certain anime like throughout the course of the years that I loved. Like I remember Ninja Scroll back in the day. I mean, that was amazing. You know, of course, seeing, you know, a buddy of mine took me to see Akira in the theaters back in the 80s. I mean, that was amazing. But like, I never really just took to just watching a ton of anime, but my kids, they love anime.
That's great. That's cool.
Yeah.
So, John, let's go ahead and fire up your great Black Tiger trailer. All right.
Let's do it.
All right, let's do it. Let me take this little banner off here. All righty. It is.
My father was the Black Tiger. Now I'm the Black Tiger. Not quite what I had in mind for a family legacy.
Nice work. There's a new player shaking up the underworld. Who did it?
I don't know names. They all look alike to me.
Timothy! We need to have a little chat.
Schedule an appointment with my secretary.
It's hard enough being Black Tiger. Trying to figure out how to do all this without compromising my personal identity.
Well, consider me honored to be what? The only one who knows your secret?
Kill the Black Tiger! Miss Secretary, can you fill me in now?
Very cool, man.
I love that short. I mean, there's everybody. I mean, Robin Shu, who you guys know from the original Mortal Kombat, Angela Fong. I mean, like, I didn't have a budget to pay these people, you know, so they just kind of, they saw the concept and they said, hey, this is cool. And they basically, they just gave us their time, and a whole bunch of other people contributed, you know. So I ended up, we did raise some funds via Kickstarter and Indiegogo, and it was, you know, enough to get some scenes and to take care of some people here and there, but a lot of people just sacrificed to get this short done. So I'm very grateful.
How long was the production on the actual pilot? How long did it take?
So we had a week to produce, basically to get all of the shots. So, you know, it took a week off work. We shot on a very, it wasn't a union project, so a very non-union-y type schedule. My wife, she was amazing. So like, they said that this was like, the craft services was like the best in any, because my wife like made the food.
All right.
You know, so it's like, it was really good eating, but like we were on set, you know, like 14, 16 hours a day for a whole week. You know, and we had some different locations that we were at for the short. So it was crazy. I was so delirious by the time it was over.
Did you shoot it in California?
We did. So we shot it in, so some of it is in downtown LA. One of the gentleman that owns the Best Western in Chinatown is my wife's mentor. So he let us use his Best Western in Chinatown. We did some shots. A buddy of mine from Bible studies, actually, at the time he was a property manager, so he got us into some property over in Irwindale. It was like a business park. So we shot a bunch of it over there, and you know, we were just really fortunate, man. Just a lot of people chipped in to make this. Otherwise, it just wouldn't have been possible. I mean, like,
yeah,
you know that shows are expensive, but you so underestimate like how expensive it is to get anything done.
Yeah, I can imagine. I mean, you're one of the few I've ever seen that had such a high quality action trailer. But actually, Preston, who's going to be on our show, he's got a project called Rockabilly Road Trip, and he's got a really cool video for his comic book as well that I'm going to play. So
nice.
Yeah, so you'll have to stick around if you haven't seen. I mean, Preston has a custom hot rod that they built for this trailer, and it's super cool. Yeah.
Oh,
so,
wow. Okay.
John, we have about 5 minutes for you to kind of show us your latest campaign. You're off to a great start. Almost 4,000 in the first, week. So, tell us about Black Tiger if you can.
Sure. So this Hidden Dragon is it's volume 1 of this story arc, but this is actually the second kind of installation of Black Tiger. The first, and you can get this as a Catch Me Up. That's why I have the Catch Me Up as a featured. You can get Legacy of Fury, which is 172 pages of Fury. So that's the first story arc. You can get that in the Catch Me Up, along with the 88 pages that you're going to get in Hidden Dragon. So you'll get 260 pages of comic books with the Catch Me Up.
Wow.
Yeah. So the Legacy of Fury was the first book that I ever crowdfunded, and it was I wanted to set a firm foundation for Black Tiger and the whole Beyond Time universe. So with Hidden Dragon picks up right after Legacy of Fury. At this point, Jin Fong is fully established as the Black Tiger. She's an assistant DA by day, and she's she's fighting as the Black Tiger at night, which she has some personal conflict with because as a DA, she was always very much straight as an arrow, wasn't a big fan of vigilantism. Mm-hmm. And then there's this secret of the Black Tiger that's been in her family that she just recently discovered. And her father was killed, and he was the Black Tiger, and he was a police officer. He was actually a police captain, and as Black Tiger, he was defamed, and as a cop, he was posthumously disgraced. So she is now, seeking to, clear the name of her family and restore the honor of the Black Tiger as well. And she's trying to figure out who's behind this and what they know. Because obviously, if they know that the father is Black Tiger, it's not hard to make the connection as to who she is. Right. So she's fighting kind of against the elements, so to speak. And in the process, she's also trying to figure out, who she is as the Black Tiger, because she wasn't trained like the prior Black Tigers, and who she's going to be as the Black Tiger. So cool. Yeah. So a lot of fun elements in the story, a lot of different styles of martial arts in this episode, in this issue in particular. You get to see her fighting a master of capoeira in the jungles of Brazil. Here. So they're nomads. And then if you scroll down one more image, you see her fighting kind of the leader, and she's trying to get some information, that's with regards to the death of her father. But she has a lot of problems with this guy's style of martial arts. And you see, I have, I guess kind of the next images will show some characters that are ex-KGB bionic, Russian characters. So the woman in the purple, Svetlana, she's actually holding that container up on her shoulder. Yeah. So Black Tiger has a lot to contend with in this scene.
Is that like Bridget Nielsen in the 80s?
There you go, man.
I like your merch too, man. I mean, I missed out on the Magna beanie, but you've got like a full print Tiger T-shirt, I love the dragon. Is that by Rod?
Oh man, all of this art is by Rod, and he's just the level of detail that goes into the artwork is amazing. So Shay's the one that took the art and really designed the T-shirt, and she did a great job. And basically, there's 3 shirts. There's the Tiger T-shirt, there's the Dragon T-shirt, and then there's kind of the Tiger versus Dragon T-shirt to choose from.
So you said Shay, you mean Shay from Red Valkyrie?
That's right.
Wow. Yeah, I didn't know she did this kind of design work.
Actually, and this is just for anybody that has, she's also the one that helped me with the Magna beanie, because I really don't have a good eye for merch. So this is just a shout out for her. I mean, if folks want to do things like merch wise, she's an excellent person to consult with, because she's got a great eye, and she loves merch. She loves it. She had a whole bunch of other ideas, and I'm just kind of like, okay, we'll go with the shirt. She had a whole bunch of other things she wanted to do. If you know Shay, and I know Eric's going to respond to this, but she loves patches, she loves all that stuff. But the shirts are kind of what we went with for this campaign.
Yeah. So aren't you doing like a special auction show with her this week?
We are. So tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern. We are doing a Black Tiger Rod Looper auction. So like I told you, Rod has already he's produced over 300 pages of Black Tiger content. So we're going to have an auction that's just Black Tiger. And you've seen how beautiful his artwork is. What we're going to do is we're going to first open it up to those that either were on the mailing list or have already back something on the campaign. So probably for the first half hour or so there'll be less kind of competition, and people can get some artwork. We're going to have some of his, some really premium pages of his up. And then about a half hour into the show, we'll just open it up and, you know, just give anyone the opportunity to pick up some of his amazing artwork.
I have to ask, John, is this piece for sale?
You know what? I can't speak for Rod on that one. You know what? I want to say no. I want to say he sold that on prior auction that Shay had.
It's pretty sweet. That's like the iconic. When I see your campaign, that red dragon, just like it's so cool.
It's amazing. And the thing is, you can just get lost in that image because there's so much going on. You know, because the dragon literally manifests in the middle of the mall. So you got people on the dragon. You've got people that are, you know, running around. There's destruction to the mall, different levels of the mall. There's so much going on.
That's awesome, man. I wish we could have had Rod on. This is like the second time he's had to kind of bow out gracefully. He was supposed to be on here, but he's in Brazil, I guess. He's
in Brazil, and then they have a baby, and you know they're just trying to, you know, he has another son, but with the baby they're trying to just kind of find a balance, so you know, and his wife not go absolutely insane.
Gotcha. Well, I'm gonna have to definitely back this, and I'll get the catch up because I love martial arts. I miss you know, I used to read Shang-Chi a lot when I was younger, and I grew up with Kung Fu, and obviously you and I are Bruce Lee fans. So
big time.
Yeah, man. So anything else you want to say in closing, John? Anything you want to, you know, particularly say is the best bang for your buck on the campaign?
Well, yeah, I mean, if you're new to the series, get the Catch Me Up. There's a digital version and there's a comic book version. The Catch Me Up, like I said, it gets you all 260 pages. So you can get it digitally, and the digital is it's on our web reader. So it's not a PDF that you receive. You read it on the web reader, and it's on our website. Or you can get, of course, the physical Catch Me Up. But I would say, you know, kind of bottom floor, if you have not picked up Legacy of Fury, do that. You can read Hidden Dragon without Legacy of Fury. So it is written in a way where you can do that, but it'll be a much better experience. And you'll have a lot more aha moments if you get the Catch Me Up.
Are you going like 30 and then 30, or?
That's the plan. The plan is to go 30 and 30, and then go right into fulfillment, and then kind of like with Magna, then just shut it down completely.
Gotcha.
Yeah, thanks, Eric. I thought so.
Eric, thank you, bud.
Yeah.
So anyways, I wanted to say thank you, John, again for joining us.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate you, man. Thanks for having me.
We had a great time. I'm gonna go ahead and bring Mr. Azevedo in, but I hope you have a great day. Say hi to Priscilla for us, and
I'll definitely
give your kids a hug. I need to ask you, what does John Hervey eat for breakfast?
I don't eat breakfast. My first meal isn't until lunch. So like this is my routine now. So I try to, before work, try to get a little bit of a workout in. You know, you know me, I'm an old head, Don. So it's like,
I'll kind of not so flexible.
I drink like a drink that has like, you know, some fiber and some other, you know, good nutrients in it. And then I'm good for the morning. And then lunchtime, the problem is like, I feel like I'm so disciplined in the morning. Then when lunchtime hit, I eat whatever, you know? So it's like, I really have no, you know, it's not like completely consistent, but
you look like you're pretty slim, you know, you look like you still could, you know, could throw some kicks and some roundhouses.
Low kicks, like Steven Seagal kicks, like kick the shin, not like, you know, not like Bruce Lee kicks. Like, you know, I'll get some of those Steven Seagal kicks in.
Oh man, it's like when you get our age, we like pull muscles coming out of the shower and stuff. So.
Dude, it's serious, you know. It's just about a matter of just like doing things to keep your body glued together. I mean, my sons, you know, they like want to just go and run. I'm like, I can't just go run, dude. I need preparation. I need to stretch. You know, I can't just go.
Exactly.
Those days are gone.
Do you do yoga at all? Are you a yoga guy?
You know what? I just did some this morning. I've been doing P90X3. So like it'll do like yoga's in every week. There's a yoga segment. It's only 30-minute workouts. So I did like 30 minutes of yoga this morning.
Good for you, man.
What about you?
Yeah, I do yoga I used to do it every other day, but when COVID hit, I didn't go to classes. So I just do yoga videos on YouTube.
Yeah,
and
yoga's hard.
Yeah, it is. It's a lot harder than people, they think it's easy, but it's actually quite strenuous. But hey, man, it's good to see you again. We'll have you on again.
Awesome. Thanks, brother.
All right.
Have a great day.
God bless. Best
man.
wishes with your campaign, my friend.
Appreciate that, brother.
Okay. Bye, John.
Bye.
All right. So anyways, that was fun, guys. This is just moving right along. I like this clip, where we give everybody about 20 minutes. So we have another esteemed guest in the green room, and that is my good friend, Preston. Good morning, buddy. How are you? You're muted, my friend. Oh, there you are.
What's up? And I just
buddy,
want to say,
how are you?
Pretty good. But I want to say, I'm not running unless somebody's chasing me. That's it.
Yeah, I was gonna say Preston doesn't seem like he'd be a yoga guy or a long distance runner, but you're pretty beefy though. You probably do some weights.
I used to do martial arts and I used to do weights, but also with martial arts, there was a lot of yoga involved in martial arts, especially jiu-jitsu. They call it something different, but downward dog is still downward dog. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha. Now you're a tough guy to pin how old you are. I'm guessing you're probably in your 40s.
I am definitely in my 40s.
But you still, you got
into my 40s. So
you got a kind of a baby face.
I do, and that's what throws people off a lot of the times. I get 30,
oh yeah,
30s and shit like that. But
yeah,
I want to let everybody know I added a new perk this morning before I came on your show. Because I was
you want to share your screen or you want me to pull it up?
Either way. I mean, are you comfortable doing it on your end, or you want me to do it on mine?
You can share. We can mix it up a little bit today.
Okay, cool.
That'd be cool. And I do have your Rockabilly Road Trip sizzle reel that I just watched again this morning. I wanted to play it.
It's pretty good, huh?
It's pretty good. Why don't I play that while you get your screen ready so people can kind of see what I was telling John about. And
yeah, go ahead.
So guys, this is if you're not familiar, one of Preston's earlier books was Rockabilly Road Trip, and he just sent me some issues which I haven't had a chance to read yet, but they look real fun. So what he's going to be pitching today, I think, is a combo package that's on Indiegogo. So I'm going to go ahead and load up his great trailer. So I hope you guys enjoy this. That's awesome, man.
Yeah, we had a blast doing that. That was one
So,
of.
so Preston, is Rockabilly Road Trip your creation, or did you team up with somebody on that? Or
Me and my a buddy of mine at the time, he wasn't a buddy of mine. Like I was trying to get into the indie comic scene, and back then he had a book called Puppet Terrors. My buddy Jesse Roblowski, something like that. I can't pronounce his last name. And so he paid the guy to do the third issue, and the guy took the money and ran off. And which I don't like. I warn people against that. Like, don't pay anybody up front.
Yeah.
Like, it's okay to give them a deposit, but do not pay them up front. Like, that's not the way to go. But I swooped in, and I went ahead and finished the issue up. And then I was like, hey, I got these characters. I was like, what do you think about maybe developing those into something, cool? And he came up with the name Rockabilly Road Trip, and we developed, and I came up with the Devil Driver. He came up with Nikki the Pipe, and the initial character I pushed to him was Patches, the Frankenstein looking chick. And back then it wasn't as easy to go ahead and get indie comics made. I'm sure you're aware, Don, like the minimum order was like 500 to 1,000 issues, and
right.
It was extremely expensive. And we kind of made the Rockabilly Road Trip issues as we felt safe enough in our bank accounts to go ahead and invest that money into getting an issue done. And
that makes sense.
Yeah, we got about 6 issues done, and then when we cut the trailer to the movie, and then went ahead and relaunched with a brand new series, the Rockabilly Road Trip Volume 2. Yeah, that trade paperback is still available on the Non-Devils campaign, and also the Rockabilly Road Trip. I don't know if the Akira cover is still available, but I know the standard is still available. And it's a pretty thick book. It's like 150 pages.
Beautiful.
And this is everybody's last chance to get this. I'm closing this campaign in less than 2 weeks. So, and here's some scenes from. Let's see if I got it in here. Yeah, Rockabilly Road Trip series. Well, no, I don't have the cards on there for the perk.
Yeah,
but not pictures from the book. So yeah, this was the second chance campaign for Road Trip anyway. This was mainly about Non-Devils.
Great.
Now with the new closing of Non-Devils, I've decided to go. Like I had a lot of fun doing the sketch covers. Like I had 12 sketch covers left over from the original Non-Devils campaign, and I did those. Like those are completed, and I'm going to be leaking them out on Twitter, as we go. But I've decided to create a new perk this morning, which is going to be the Non-Devils closing campaign perk, and it's only commissions available, and so yeah, so I'm offering non-full color commissions, unlike the other, unlike the sketch covers, you all they don't have to sell out for them to be in full color. Like these are just going to be full color commissions that are going to be sold. And you also get a physical copy of Non-Devils, plus you get the digital copy of the never released Non-Devils 2. Yeah. And so there it is right there.
So is Non-Devils before Rockabilly or after?
Non-Devils was after or during Rockabilly. Like in between issues 5 and 6, I came up with Non-Devils. And I did that, and then we left Rockabilly alone for a little while, because Rockabilly's always been a hard sell, and it's an even harder sell now. You know what I'm saying? Because with the with woke culture, a guy like Nikki the Pipe just doesn't have a chance. You know what I'm saying? Like, he just doesn't. He's the Snake Plissken of our era. If you know anything about that, like, he just doesn't have a chance nowadays. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the only way we could possibly go would be indie with Rockabilly Road Trip. In fact, we had a publisher for the brand new Rockabilly Road Trip series until they read it. And they were like, finish the book. We want to publish it. It was Action Labs. Action Labs was supposed to publish it. But after we finished it, and they were like, we can't publish this. Like, it's too hot at the moment. So
that sucks.
Yeah, and I was like the political atmosphere was a little bit too hot at that time, because Nicky comes off as a misogynist, but really he's just comedy relief. It's all in good fun. There's nothing here where we're like, down in women or anything like that. But it's there's no room for anybody as manly as Nicky the Pipe in today's culture, at least in mainstream comics.
Gotcha.
So, but I'm glad we didn't go ahead and sign with a publisher, because honestly, I don't think publishers carry a lot of weight nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
they basically just get your book published. But anybody can get your book published. You can get your book published. It's not that hard.
Right.
And they don't. They tell you straight up, like, we're not going to distribute. Well, we're not going to advertise this book. That's up to you. All we're doing is distribute it and get it published. Well, anybody can do that.
Yeah.
So, and they also collect all the money, for production. So
right.
It's there's no point in doing that. But yeah. So Non-Devils, this is your last chance to get it. I'm not doing another Non-Devils campaign until we do the brand new Non-Devils series, but none of these books will be offered with it. And this is definitely this was the second chance campaign for Rockabilly Road Trip. So if you don't get it now, you're just simply not going to get it. Like, it's, unless you see me at a show, and if I have any Rockabilly Road Trip issues left, I may, have those for sale at a show, but that's probably not going to be anything, in the near future. Yeah. So yeah, Don, that's it.
So Preston, would you say this is like these are PG-13 titles or more mature, or what's the age?
Rockabilly Road Trip's pretty PG-13. It's actually, there's not a lot of cursing, and I don't think there's any nudity no, there's not. There's no nudity in Rockabilly Road Trip. It's all good fun, and it's, hey Pops, what's up, dude? And Non-Devils, this version of Non-Devils isn't really, honestly, back then I was more interested in just doing these tech type of vehicles and cyborgs and devils and stuff like that. And Non-Devils was the first book that I actually did completely on my own. I wrote it, I did all the artwork, formatted everything. With that said, I made a lot of mistakes with this first book. And so it's kind of my first attempt at doing indie comic all on my own, and I learned a lot of lessons from it, but it is what it is. I'm still proud of it. I think it's still a great book, but it definitely has some errors in it, but all these books are printed. You won't wait for anything. The only thing you'll wait on is the commission, because just like I told everybody with the sketch covers, I'm not going to give you shitty work just to rush it out the door, and the sketch cover is going to be fulfilled this week. So, you're definitely going to get it. Yeah. So that's it, Don.
Thanks, buddy.
The only man that can get me out of bed this early.
This looks like 1 o'clock over there, or noon right now, right?
Yeah, actually it's 12 o'clock, but still.
12 o'clock. I
got a whole ritual I have to do in the morning.
What does Preston like to, do you even eat breakfast if you're sleeping? I guess
sometimes,
you probably don't.
I can't eat breakfast right as I wake up, because it's I'm just my body's still warming up. I've always been that way. I'm never a wake up and eat breakfast type of person, but I gotta have coffee.
Yeah, I hear you, man.
I gotta have a shower, all that kind of stuff. everything goes into it. Yeah. Also, Doc Salem is still available too, and that's going to be closing too as well. I still have a few issues left of Doc Salem that need to go out the door. Yeah, and that's the Johnny Segura cover. Now, I am not putting any of the alternate covers up anymore. Like, it's all the standard cover. But yeah, this book is still available, and I'm not closing it yet, but in the near future, I will be closing that campaign as well. Yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you for the care package, Preston. I really
no, it's fun.
Looking forward to reading this.
After I was seeing those, you sent me those X-Forces. I mean, X-Farce. Those things are badass. I like those. Yeah, that's Doc Salem. I made a few mistakes with Doc Salem. One of the biggest mistakes is I didn't invest in an editor. And it wasn't. I think it was because I was too eager to get the book out the door. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, this is great. I got to get it out there. And I didn't I didn't get somebody to go ahead and edit the book. And I probably should have, as far as like text and grammar and stuff like that. Yeah.
It looks great, man. It looks great. Did you read Mr. Monster when you were younger?
No, I didn't. I didn't until somebody compared Doc Salem to Mr. Monster. Then I grabbed those issues and I was like, I like Mr. Monster, but I don't think Doc Salem is Mr. Monster.
Yeah, a little bit of a resemblance, but probably not. Yeah,
probably the guns and the wrestling belt is probably the resemblance. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the only thing I can see where people would say like there's a resemblance. But
he's cool.
I just want to create a golden age character that had a like kind of a modern disability, I would say. You know what I'm saying? Because he never came back from the dead just perfectly. Like, he's got glitches. Yeah. And I wanted him to have a Doc Salem cave. I wanted him to have Doc Salem car, the Mephisto. And I heard you mention earlier that we built the car from Rockabilly Road Trip. Well, we're in the process of building a car from Doc Salem too.
Oh man.
I don't know if we're gonna cut a trailer, but I think it's just, like the car builder that, he's also a partner on Rockabilly Road Trip. He's like, I think I want to take a crack at building the Mephisto. And I was like, I think I want you to take a crack at building the Mephisto.
Someone asked in the earlier chat when I was playing your trailer, they asked you, were you planning on like a short film or movie with it, or what was the?
We use it's actually called the sizzle reel. Like, it's not. It's. I mean, you could call it a movie trailer, but it's kind of to give like investors an idea of where we're going with the with Rockabilly Road Trip. I'm the type of person that I don't want to. Which I guess some people would see as weird, but I don't want to have my my property optioned. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know if people understand what option in a property means, but what that means is that, I mean, it sounds great, like HBO just optioned X-FARCE or whatever, but it's not, right? Because what happens is they give you like $3,000 and then $4,000, and then you like that property's dead for 3 or 4 years. Like, you can't touch it.
That's what happened with hamsters.
Oh, really? I never knew that. That's crazy. Yeah.
It was Rankin Bass. Do you remember the company that did The Hobbit back in the 80s?
Oh yeah. I do remember.
Yeah,
I love those.
They optioned the hamsters and then they went out of business. So that was just like tied up for 3 years, right when Turtles was exploding. And so that's probably why we never got off the ground with anything animated.
And when those companies go out of business, like I remember Comico, like they had Grendel and they also had like all these other titles. But I remember when they went out of business, even though they were a creator-owned company, all those IPs got mixed up with the bankruptcy, and it took Matt Wagner like a decade to go ahead and fight and get his IP back.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
But,
hey,
Rockabilly Road Trip.
Yeah.
Nine Devils. Go get them.
Cool, man. Definitely, folks, go out and check out Preston's campaign. He's a great guy. He's got a great channel, always entertaining. I mean, you're streaming like almost, it seems like a few times every week now with, your art streams and stuff.
I am, and it's because I want to show people the process, you know, and like I like doing the shows that we do. You were a guest on a few of the shows, and it's pretty raw. It's more like the indie comics locker room than it is anything else. But I like doing. I kind of want to. Like I got my desk set up now to where I can do pages and live stream me doing pages, right? And it like, yeah, Eric, it shows people the process, but also we get into some pretty good conversations like during the you know, sometimes like if like right now I'm working on Six Gun Gorilla, like Brian comes on and he talks about, you know, like Six Gun Gorilla, where it came from, you know, the ins and outs of producing Six Gun Gorilla, and also the artist that I'm taking the reins from, he passed away during the process of creating this book originally, you know, and so we also talk about that too, because it was suicide, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it's also a subject that people have a lot of misconceptions about. Like people think it's a weakness of character when people kill themselves, but it's not, you know what I'm saying? Like there's so many things that go into that, you know, that you can't just write it off as one specific thing whenever somebody, you know, decides to take their own life. Yeah. And Brian is actually, he's educated in that field, like as a therapist, you know, so it's good that we confront issues like that, especially on, you know, while we're doing this book, and let people know, you know, why, you know, like I'm trying to show respect to the other artists by going ahead and using as much of his artwork that he originally did for this issue, you know, his preliminary sketches and stuff like that, and incorporating them into the pages that we're doing now, you know, and without making it look like it doesn't fit, and it's kind of complicated, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's not the easiest thing to do, but
that's heavy, dude. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So,
it's not. This is definitely not the locker room talk that we usually do. You know? And
pretty serious.
Yeah. But
well, hey, Preston, thank you for coming on, my friend.
Oh no, it's no problem.
We had a good time. I'm gonna show people kind of the latest on Beardzerker and maybe open up some mail. But I wanted to say thank you for stopping by. I'm gonna actually show people some of the artwork that you sent me. I might as well show it while you're here, because you could probably comment on it and tell me what you were thinking here. So if you folks didn't know, Preston was one of our cover artists on Beardzerker on the best-selling cover, which is the Rainbow the Brute cover, and we have about 6 days left in the campaign. Preston's art tiers have been very popular. We've had sketch card tiers, which are all sold out. We did 4 offerings. So this is one of the pieces that he did, which is Dolphin. He's one of the villains in the book. And then you've got the lovable Cat Stevens. And then you did a cool one that's kind of more of a bookmark.
I threw that one in. I didn't know if you were going to use it or not, but I figured fuck it, just throw it in there.
Yeah, it's awesome, man. I love it. So then that comes with it, and then you've got so these are all spoken for. Unfortunately, we don't have any more to sell, but everybody's going to get a sketch card with a comic book of their choice, and they're all signed by Preston as well. We'll put these in nice little, you know, protective card holders. And then you tossed in this really cool sketch, Preston.
Yeah, well, no, it's I figured you'd like that, because in the next Doc Salem issue, I'm going to be doing an anthropomorphic version of Doc Salem called Duck Salem. Yeah,
nice.
And Grim, you know, his rabbit sidekick is going to be Grim, and the villains in that book are going to be like anthropomorphic versions of the Cenobites. You know, so
cool. That's awesome. I didn't know who they were. I was going. I don't know if you ever saw the movie Mom and Dad Save the World. But there were these little
I did
creatures that looked like dogs and fish and
yeah. I figured you'd enjoy that though. Like that was the very first sketches I did of those characters, and I wasn't like I decided not to go with the Gila monster, but I definitely used the pug as one of the characters in there. So
I was going to say, when your package came, it was the most secure package I've ever received from anyone. You like taped it to the gills. I have a chair next to me full of your blue tape. No, thank you. They all came in great shape, man. I really appreciate it.
Sweet.
So, hey, Preston, thanks again for coming, buddy.
Oh no problem. You take it
All
easy.
right. Have a great day, bud. Bye-bye. All right, guys. So that's the amazing Preston Azevedo. I take this little banner off here. So, hey, guys, I did get a package. Let me put up my little mail call banner so you guys can see. Normally, I've done a full show. Like last week, I got like 8 packages or 6 or 7, and I opened them up. Let me take a little sip here, get a little froggy. Excuse me. So anyways, in the course of doing Beardzerker, I've met all these great talents. I mean, Preston is one, and we've had variant covers from, we let Billy Tucci let us use She on a cover. And of course, Ethan Van Sciver let us use Rainbow the Brute. And a guy reached out to me on Facebook who was a big fan of our Entity Comics and stuff. Hey, Oliver, how's it going, buddy? So anyways, he reached out to me. His name is Andrew Mangum, and he doesn't have a Twitter. He does have a Facebook page. So if you look up Andrew Mangum on Facebook, you can see his artwork. But he's been a comic book artist for, big companies and independent companies. One thing I didn't know was that Andrew inked a lot of Snowman over Matt Martin for Avatar. And when I saw Andrew's work and his pen and ink work, I said, your stuff looks a lot like Matt Martin's work. And this was just like a couple weeks ago. And he says, oh, I inked Matt for a long time with his Snowman book. Not the current one that Matt's working on for all caps, but he did a lot of previous Matt Martin stuff. So we hit it off. And so we're having Andrew do our trading card. And our trading card is on the Indiegogo page. So you can see it. We even have a video of Bill Mouse going through the coloring process on it. So Andrew says, let me send you a care package full of, my previous work and just a goodie package. So we're kind of exchanging fun stuff that we've worked on. So he sent me this package. It just came a couple days ago. This is the biggest package anyone has sent me so far. I think I'm supposed to get the Boomerang box too. That's something that John Dillard is promoting, and that's where all these different independent creators are throwing in exclusive either autograph stuff or artwork. And it's going to be this big box that, a dozen creators are going to get to put in really cool stuff. And then one person gets to get the big booty at the end. So anyways, Andrew, if you watch this on a replay or if you're watching now, Pops knows who Andrew is. So anyways, he sent me some, looks like some clothing. So I'm going to open that up, and he asked me and my wife what size we wear. And I thought, oh, wow, he's going to send me some shirts or something. And that's what he sent me. I don't know what is on the shirt, but you're right. Pops, his son, Gabriel, is also a very, very talented artist. So let's see what we got here. Looks like 2 shirts. They're black. And yeah, he sent you some extras too. Wow, these are cool. All right. So almost like a Skull Punisher type of shirt. It must be from his comic book creation. I don't know. I haven't read his stuff yet, so I don't know if this is Hatchet or just something that he did, but that's pretty cool. So there's 2 shirts of that. So thank you, Andrew. I'll definitely wear these. I'm sure people will ask me what does that mean? And then yeah, so he sent me 3 different shirts with this image on it. That's cool. And then he sent me this big packet of probably of comic books. So I have to open this. So it comes in a nice Gemini mailer. I think Andrew's worked for like DC, Dynamite, Avatar, and he's been a big fan of Bill Mouse for a long time. And Bill is our main artist on Beardzerker, so to have them collaborate is pretty darn cool. Okay, cool. So this is one of his books, which I bet Nick, not Nick, I was calling Preston Nicky. I bet Preston knows about this because he's a huge Frazetta fan. But one of the books that Andrew sent me was called Sorcerer, and that was through Image Comic Books, and it's a Frank Frazetta, probably a Frank Frazetta family approved comic book. Let me take the mail call banner off so you guys can see the artwork better. So he signed this. Thank you, Andrew. I don't know if you did the cover or not, or you have inside artwork, but this is beautiful. It's got like the foil. You can kind of see some of the gold foil around the logo. So he sent me that. And then I guess he did another book called Devil Dogs, Guts and Glory. It looks like a cool action. So he's probably the primary artist on that. And then the last one would be, looks like it's called Wilder by the Monsterverse. So it's got a intense looking werewolf creature on there. Werewolves seem to be big in comics these days. Maybe I need to do adolescent reactive black belt werewolves. That might sell. So Andrew, thank you so much, my friend. I will definitely cherish these, read them, and I am going to put together a cool package for you as well. So I'm going to go to Beardzerker real quick. Pop Culture Avenger says, I put devil dogs in the freezer and eat them. They're frozen. You eat them frozen. What are devil dogs? Are those like a it's not like a hostess, like one of those little, things that never have a shelf, unending shelf life. It sounds like a Hostess Twinkie or something. Pop says he was a huge fan before he created the madness. Pops is on YouTube and Facebook. He's got a great show, great channel called Comic Related Madness. So definitely check him out. Yeah, so let me go to Beardzerker real quick, guys, and share that so you can kind of see what's going on. I have a feeling my wife will be texting me soon. I think she's probably upstairs now, and the dogs will be awakened soon, and all heck will break loose. So anyways, guys, we're on Beardzerker right now. We're only about 6 days left in the campaign, and we are just shy of about we have about $480 to make our goal, which is 7,000. I think we're going to get there. We're going to be on Red Valkyrie's channel this Sunday at 1 o'clock, having a kind of an end of the campaign stream. And I think on that show, we'll have Bill Mouse on there, probably Keith Gleason, who's our letterer, and myself. And I think Mark Polton and Mike McMahon may be joining us too. They're the creators of U.S. Assassin, who we got to use on this campaign. So here's Beardzerker, guys. And I made an announcement earlier this week on Open Mic with Pete Samedi that this piece by Jim O'Reilly that he sent to me after the campaign was launched, I was really debating on how I wanted to use it. And I was thinking for sure this is going to be a pinup or a back cover. But we've had such great response to it. We figured, let's go ahead and make this a limited cover. So for the next few days until the campaign closes out, which is on the 31st, you can get this cover for $15. And then after that 31st is over, we're not going to offer it anymore. So it's very limited. You can get it by itself for $15, or you can get it as part of a 7-pack where you get all 7 copies of the variants for $90. And we're making this available right now with discounted shipping. So if you already bought Beardzerker and you paid the $10 shipping US on that, you can actually add this for, I think, $15 plus $4 shipping. So I'm just going to try to discount the shipping on it. So this is a beautiful piece by Jim. Jim, I know you are off in Vegas right now getting married. So if you watch this on a replay, thank you for this amazing contribution. I really like it a lot. And then, guys, we're going to be also having a closeout show on the 31st, which I believe is Monday. And that would be with Michael Bancroft, the same gentleman that we launched our stream on, our campaign on April 1st. And we've got some surprises in store for that show. If you didn't know this, we'd already bought Michael let's see, I'll show you. We bought him a pirate shirt, which is, the thing that Seinfeld had a hard time fashion modeling. So we surprised Michael Bancroft in the launch of our campaign, and we bought him a puffy pirate shirt, and we sent it to him all the way to Australia, and he proudly displayed that, and it's been kind of a running gag with him. So for the end of our campaign, we are going to send him another wardrobe that he hopefully will be displaying. He's DM'd me and he says he has the goods. So I'm not going to reveal what the outfit is, but I assure you it'll be very amusing to watch him. Yes, the shirt. So Pops, thank you so much for your joining. Yeah, the She cover by Bill Mouse and Billy Tucci is awesome. That one I think is one of my favorites in this campaign, but I'll show you Preston's real quick. So this is the one that Preston did for us. We have the original artwork for sale. So if you actually would like to buy this painting, it's for sale for $4,500. I'm sure Preston and his wife would just be doing somersaults if someone would want to buy that. This is the She cover that Pops is talking about. So all the covers that I've just kind of skimmed through, those are all part of this. You can get either on any of them separately for $15, or you can buy them in for $90 and get all 7 for a limited time. We still have original artwork available, original pages, and all sorts of fun stuff. So I think that's going to do it, guys. I'll continue to update you. If you are on our Beardzerker mailing list, you should be getting updates as we wind the campaign down. But if you just go to our Beardzerker page and you click on updates, which is right here at the top, you can actually see what I've been posting. Like I just announced the Jim O'Reilly cover this morning, and then Bill Mouse has been sending us work in progress. This is a panel from one of the interior pages that has yet to be colored and lettered. So we are going to have a lot of fun with this book. It's going to be, a very fun parody of Keanu Reeves' Beardzerker, and as well as Keanu Reeves in general. I think you guys are going to enjoy it. I'll go ahead and play the trailer to usher us out for Beardzerker. I think that's going to do it for us. And I want to say thank you to you guys in the chat. Herrenberg, thank you for your moderating. You are the moderator of all moderators, always entertaining and right on it. Thank you for promoting our product. And I'd like to promote Herrenberg as well. Go to herrenberg.com. You can back any of the books that he has. That they've got a couple issues. He's got a web series that you can subscribe to and buy episodes of live action adventures with his characters. And he's got a really cool synth theme song that I loved on his videos. So check it out. Eric, you would have bought that before. Maybe Preston maybe you can work out a deal. You can pay like X, and then you can do manual labor for Preston. I'm sure there's something around the house that Preston could have you do. Like weeding, or cleaning up after his dog, or I don't know. You can work that out with him. Herrenberg says, I don't want to be a pirate. That's hilarious. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to go ahead and play the trailer, and then I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. I don't think I'm going to be doing any other streams other than at the end of this week with the closeouts. And we'll probably do a stream after Bancroft, just with, the creative team of Beardzerker as the final hours wind down. And hopefully we'll hit the 7,000. I'm feeling confident we will. We're getting kind of a push on Indiegogo, and it should be a attainable goal. So anyways, guys, I'm going to go ahead and play Beardzerker as soon as I can find it. Here we go. And again, thank you so much for joining us. Sorry I ran a little bit long. We had a full show, but I had a great time. And again, thank you to all the guests. You can go to the description of this video and you can click on the links. So if you want to follow the creators or back their projects, there should be links to go to their campaigns. So anyways, guys, have a great day. All right, see ya.
Comics are totally awesome. And I'm totally awesome too. Beardzerker has everything you want from a comic book. It's got great drawings, colors, great story. It's got great action, has a little romance, and it's about something. Not just any something. It's a parody of some thing. I was like, well, I used to collect and I love comic books. And they were like, so, did you ever want to make a comic book? And I was like, yeah. And then Parody Press was like, oh, yeah. So they made a comic book that's a parody of my comic book. And it will probably be pretty hilarious, because that's what a parody is. Or at least what it's supposed to be. You know, this idea of kind of like a rock and roll warrior. Someone in an altered state. Someone with a big guitar axe. Then a pet cat that's from the hood. Just out of control. Speaking of out of control, there's his beard. It gets bigger and longer throughout the book until it takes on a fantastical life of its own. It's like, whoa! So, check it out. If you do, I hope you enjoy it as much as I enjoyed making it. But honestly, I didn't really do that much, other than rambling on about comics and books. I mean, comic books. Wait, what was I saying? Oh well. Enjoy! Beardzerker from Parody Press. Back it today!